everybody, welcome to another week of Pilates plus Physio. Thank you very much for joining me. Today we are going to start off sitting on a stool or a sort of kitchen chair, so grab one of those if you haven't got one handy. So starting off, sitting nice and tall, feet flat down on the floor. You could pop your hands underneath your bottom bones if you're not too bony. Just feel your sitting bones right underneath you, and then maybe just gently rock off your sitting bones so that they're pointing forwards like a couple of arrows, and then come right back up onto them, point them backwards, and then just come forwards again. So your sitting bones tuck underneath you, and you're coming right back onto them so they're pointing backwards, and then just stop right in the middle. So your sitting bones are right underneath you. Keep on your sitting bones, think about the front of the hips, and we're just going to tip forward. So imagine you're keeping your back straight, imagine you've got a pond in front of you and you're just leaning forward to look at your reflection in the pond, and then you're coming back up onto your sit bones. And again, just tipping forward. So if you think of the front of the hip a bit like a book, you're closing the book as you come forward, back staying long, chin staying tucked in. And you're coming right back up onto those sitting bones again. And again, just tipping forward, back of the neck staying nice and long, and come back up. Just increase that a little bit. You could link your fingers, pop your hands behind your head, elbows right back and wide. And again, just tipping forward, think of closing the book at the front of the hips, and coming back up again. And again, tipping forward, back of the neck staying long, bending forward at the hip, and coming back up. Lovely. Okay, pop the arms down, rest your hands on your thighs, keep looking straight ahead, slide one hand down the thigh and then the other one down the other side. So you're just sliding down to the knee, you're not going lower than the knee. You can go slightly off the end of the leg. Nice smooth movement, really turning your chest. Lovely one for just loosening up that upper back area and sort of upper back neck junction. Just nice smooth rotations there. Remember, twisting, really important movement for normal sort of body function, normal walking, running. Almost any sport involves a lot of twisting, golf, tennis. Need to be able to twist nice and freely for all of those. Lovely, so that's the top half, gently twisting. Then if you bring your feet a little closer together, maybe rest your hands over the front of your knees. Imagine you're sitting in the cinema, you've got a seat in front of you and you're just digging your knee into the seat in front. So pushing forward with one knee, push forward with the other. So alternate knees. Squeaky chair here. So you're just pressing forward, so your waist is staying long. Push forward with one knee, push forward with the other. Mr. Fix-It will have to come fix the stool. Good, okay, back into the middle. Make a fist, put it in the middle of your breastbone here. Think of a big searchlight shining straight out from that. And you're just going to take that searchlight around your room, right into the corner or as far as you can. And then you're going to bring that searchlight all the way back and right over to the other side as far as you can. And then you're coming back into the middle. And this time you're going to take it down the wall, down the floor, right in between your knees. See, that searchlight is pointing down to the ground. And then you're taking it along the floor, all the way up the wall, up the ceiling. And then maybe come along the top of the ceiling till you get to the corner of the room. Come all the way down the corner of the room to the corner, to the floor. And then go up and diagonally across. And going down along the floor Maybe come back. If you find that area that's sort of tight, just thinking of wanting to work into that area a little bit. Twisting one way, twisting the other, maybe going up a little bit, coming down a little bit. Nice one if you sit doing sewing, tapestry, painting, anything like that, that upper back area often gets really stiff. So you're just moving around, just trying to loosen things off a little bit. Lovely. Okay, bring the arm down. Maybe stand up, get rid of the stool, lie yourself down on the mat, just in the relaxation position. So you're lying on your back, head on your thinner block or your books if you need to. So just think of letting your body sink down into the floor. Chin slightly tucked in, let the back of the shoulders relax. Gentle breathing into the tummy. And then maybe just find your hip bones in the front there. Think about the little gap between your lower back and the floor. And you're just gently going to flatten your back into the mat and then gently arch your back away from the floor. And again, flattening down, arching away. So if you had that marble sitting on your tummy, as you flatten down, it rolls towards your belly button. And as you arch away, it rolls down away from your belly button. So just nice, smooth, rocking the pelvis. Just nice one for loosening off your lower back. Come back into the middle. Now think of a clock on your tummy. So you were rolling the marble from the 12 to the 6. Now if you think of the hip bones as 3 and 9, you're going to roll that marble across to the 9, back to the 3. So again, nice and smooth, just rocking gently from side to side. One side and then the other. And then how about going all the way around? So you're flattening your back into the mat, over to the 3, down to the 6, back up through the 9. So it's quite subtle, it's not a big movement. Just a nice gentle rolling around, lower back and pelvis moving. And then maybe send that marble the other way. Right the way around again. See if there's areas that are sort of a little bit stiff or where that marble doesn't want to go. You could just work on that a little bit, sort of rock back through that area. Lovely. Okay, come back into the middle. Feet underneath your knees. Hands down on the mat. Press into your feet. Flatten your back into the floor. Curl your bottom up. So a spine curl coming up, nice straight line, knees, hips, ribs. Roll back down, top bit of your back, next bit, next bit, next bit. So even pressure through your feet, just watch the toes aren't coming off the ground. Curl up, little breath at the top. Roll back down again. And again, curling up. And roll down. Let's change it a little bit. Maybe take both arms to the ceiling. Same again, just curl up, pause at the top, roll back down again. And again, curl up. Think about your buttocks, just straightening the hips at the top there. Pause at the top, roll down. And again, gently curling up. And roll down. A little bit different again. Have the feet close to your bottom, curl up. Think of the pelvis staying level, thighs staying level, knees level, straighten out one leg. Fold that down. Switch to the other one. One on each leg, roll back down again. So it's nice and smooth. If things are a bit sore, just stick with the curling up, that's fine. Otherwise curl up. Imagine a stick going across your hips. Keep the stick level. Straighten one leg. Fold that down. Straighten the other leg. Fold that down. Roll down. And again, curling up. Straighten out through one leg. Fold it down. Straighten the other leg. Fold that down. Roll right the way down. Gather up the legs. Ankles crossed, hold the knees. A little bit of gentle rocking, rocking. Great, okay. Place your feet back down one at a time. Hands underneath your head, elbows right back and wide. Tuck in the chin, we're doing an oblique curl up. Engage the tummy, engage the pelvic floor. Come up and across. Front of your shoulder to the opposite hip. And release down. Up and across to the other side. And release down. So could coordinate it with your breath. Maybe breathe out as you come up. Breathe in as you go back down. Pelvis staying level, knees staying pretty well still, elbows right back and wide. So gentle chin nod, up and across, and release down. Little chin nod, up and across, and down. Straight, crisscross tummy muscles working. Couple more. Just watch you're not gripping behind your knees, so the hamstrings aren't hanging on like mad. Rest your head down. Think of a little golf ball in front of your nose. You're just taking your nose in little circles, about the size of the golf ball. Little circles one way, little circles the other way. Good, okay. And then maybe turn over onto your side. So underneath arm right up above your head if you can. Legs out nice and straight. Make sure you can just see your toes when you look down. Look back to the front. Top hand really light on the mat. A little hollow underneath your waist. Side leg lift. Point the toes, top leg up, foot up. Press out through the heel. Nice and smooth. Okay, let's change it a little bit, but just bring the leg up, take it forward a couple of inches, touch it down to the floor in front. Take it up, along the top, touch the floor just behind you. So imagine you've got a sort of cardboard box over the underneath foot, and you're just going up the back of the box, along the top, down the front. Top hand really light. Imagine you've got your hand on a nice squishy jam donut all covered in sugar. You're not going to press the jam out of it. Underneath leg just resting on the mat. Along the top, down the back. Coming up, along and down. Lovely, good. Okay, bend both knees up, grab your ankle on the top leg, pull your heel to your bottom, take the thigh back. So front of the thigh stretch. Just keep the tummy gently drawing in, otherwise if you pull too hard the whole pelvis just tips forward and then you start arching through your back. So just front of the thigh stretch. If it's burny, pins and needles, come off it. Okay, let that release. Turn over onto the other side. So underneath arm up above your head. Legs out straight, make sure you can see your feet, look back to the front, top hand really light. Start with just the side leg lift, point the toes, top leg up, foot up, press out through the heel. Normal breathing. Waist staying long, big gap between your ear and your shoulder. Okay, how about leg up, bring it forward, touch down, back up, along the top, touch down behind you. So again, keep that top hand really light, so don't go so far forward with the leg that you have to press into your hand to keep your balance. Side of the buttock, side of the thigh doing most of the work here. Good. Okay. Bring the knees up. Grab your ankle on the top leg, heel to your bottom, take the thigh back. Nice smooth stretch. Think of letting go through that front of the thigh. And let that release. Okay, turn over so you're lying on your tummy. So just lying on your tummy, arms out in like a little V shape, forehead on the mat, legs out straight. So slide your shoulders away from your ears, just hover one arm above the floor, hold it there, and release down. Slide the shoulders down, hover the other arm, and release down. So forehead at the moment staying on the ground, shoulders down away from your ears. You almost want to see if you can get your hand and forearm off first and then just the elbow. Could add the diagonal leg, hover that, and release down. Shoulders down, hover the leg, and down. Shoulders down, arm and diagonal leg. Hold there, make sure you keep breathing. Tummy just gently away from the mat. Great, okay. Finish the one you're doing, maybe just give your bottom a wriggle from side to side. Up onto hands and knees. Bottom all the way back to your heels. Arms out in front, curl your head right down. Just realised I've got my shirt inside out. Too late to change it, so I'm lucky to change it now. Never mind. Good, come down onto your tummy. Legs apart a little bit, hands under the shoulders, gently press up onto your hands. So like a little cobra. And come down. And again, gently pressing into your hands, back arching backwards. And come down. And again, press into your hands. And down, back onto hands and knees. Bottom all the way back again. Arms right in front, let the head drop. You could creep your fingers a little bit further forwards if you can. And then up onto hands and knees. So hands underneath the shoulders, press the floor away from you. Knees under the hips, so you're making like a sort of rectangular box with your arms, your body, thigh and the floor. Keep that feeling of pressing the floor away. Head in line with the rest of your back. You've got a little bit of a hollow in your back. Slide one leg back, float it up. You could take the diagonal arm out in front, maybe thumb up. So like you're going to shake hands with somebody. Hold there. Good. Come down nice and smooth. Imagine Granny's best cup and saucer sitting on your bottom. Keep that there. Slide the leg back, float it up. Tummy up away from the mat. Then the diagonal arm. So you're really working on smooth control here. And come down. And going on the other side. So slide the leg back, float it up. Arm out in front. Holding there. And coming back. Keep pressing the floor away. Thumb up. Great. Back to hands and knees. Push the floor away, tummy in, just arching your back up like a cat. Tuck the head down. And then going the other way. So looking ahead, let your back drop down. Keep the tummy just gently drawing in. Arch your back up, head down. Drop your back, head up. And again, drop your head down. And just going one more. Lovely. Okay, come over into sitting. If you're a bit stiff through your back or your hips, you might be better sitting up on your brick. We'll just do a hamstring stretch in sitting. So sit right up on your sitting bones again. Tuck one leg in, sort of inside the thigh or inside the knee. Sit tall, toes up towards you. Think of bringing your chest down towards your knee, not your head. So your back is staying straight again, you're bending at the hip. Pop the hands down on your shin or down on your foot if you're nice and bendy. If you've got sciatic pain, just go easy. You could keep the toes pointing down if you've got sciatic pain. Then you're not getting quite such a nerve stretch. Lovely. Uncurl back up, swap the legs. So one leg out straight, tuck the other one in, sit tall, think of chest coming down towards the thigh. Drop the shoulders, toes up towards you if you want a little bit more stretch. Nice gentle breathing. Lovely, uncurl back up, soles of the feet just together, let the knees really drop. So again, you're sitting right up on those bottom bones, should be able to feel them underneath you. If you can't, you've probably rocked off and come onto the back of them. So try and lengthen up through the spine. Think of that little halo above your head. You're stretching up into that. Let the knees just drop and drop a bit more. Great, okay. Come slowly up into standing. So, feet about hip width apart, maybe a bit wider apart than your hips actually. Hands on the side of your leg, Start with just the gentle side bend, so sliding one hand down the side of the thigh, coming back up and going down the other side. So you're getting a nice stretch through the waist. See if you're going about the same amount both sides. If you're not, you could stay on the side where you're not getting quite so far, a little bit longer. Maybe breathe, and as you release, see if you can go a little bit more. Could add in the arm, so adding the arm, float one arm up towards the ceiling. As you breathe out, stretch up and over. And back to the top, lengthen through the arm. So get the arm moving first. The arm goes up to your ear, then you're reaching up and over. Bottom staying in the middle. Float the arm up, right up and over. And back to the top. And just one more. Arm right up, up and over. Back to the top. Bring the arm down. Slide the legs back in. Roll the shoulders going backwards. So right up, all the way around, back and down. And then just gently shrugging them up and release, and again shrugging up and letting go. That's it. Thanks so much everybody for sharing your time with me. Hopefully see you again next week. Bye bye.